Are you a people pleaser? Yeah, me too. A perfectionistic people pleaser. It is so exhausting. Why do we have to do this? Why is it that if I speak to 147 people in a room that I only notice that woman in the 10th row who's not exactly smiling like the other 146 people? Oh my God, it is so exhausting. And when does it end? I remember when I was in my 20s, I was in a show with a woman who was in her 30s, and I thought, when I get to my 30s, I'm going to be so self-confident and I'm not going to care what people think. And then I got to my 30s, and guess what? I still cared. And then I made some daughters, and I cared what my daughters think. Well, of course we care what our daughters think, but I care what my bosses think. You got to care what your bosses think because they're paying you, right? But what about beyond that? Why do I have to care what every single person thinks? Why do I have to care? It's exhausting. When does it end? And how does it end? And guess what? If you go on YouTube, now we got to care what the YouTube algorithm thinks. We make videos thinking we want to people please an algorithm? Like, what sense does that make? And yet we do it. I do it. If you have any suggestions on how a person can get over people pleasing, I mean, I've heard all the, what other people think of me is none of my business, all those things, right? But down in the core, we authentically care what other people think of us, and our self-worth is caught up in what other people think of us. And of course we can't please everybody, and of course we can't please the YouTube algorithm, and of course we can't always please our daughters. So if you have any tips on how we can get over people pleasing, and I mean, not why we should, we all know why we should, we'll have a more peaceful life, but how we can get over people pleasing, then please leave them in the comments. I would be pleased if you did.